Looking live at a White House in damage control this morning after the Wall Street Journal published details of a sordid letter allegedly sent by Donald Trump to Jeffrey Epstein. It references secrets between the two, Trump calling it fake and now ordering grand jury testimony to be released in an effort to quell some of the conspiracy theories bubbling up among MAGA supporters. NCTV's Karamali joins us now to talk more about this one. Kamil, what is the latest?
Yeah, fascinating to watch this one because we've seen pressure mounting for months, even Elon Musk bringing this back to the surface back in June. And now it looks like it's all coming to a head with Trump in some ways finally succumbing to the pressure from his MAGA supporters and saying and asking now Attorney General Pam Bondi to release pertinent records from the grand jury testimony. Now, we know there's been growing backlash from Trump's MAGA supporters over his administration's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. It's really them who are pushing for the release of these court documents and other files related to the convicted sex offender. Bondi has said that they are ready to move to court today to unseal the grand jury transcripts, but it is really important to note that it could take some time for any documents to be released publicly. It's still unclear whether they're referring to the first set of Epstein cases from the early 2000s, or we also know that more recently the federal charges against him in 2019. And this, interestingly enough, also adding to the increasing pressure as the Wall Street Journal reported that Trump's name appeared on a birthday album to Epstein back in 2003, a 50th birthday album that also allegedly had a sketch of a naked woman. Trump denied he was the author of the birthday message and said he was going to, quote, sue the Wall Street Journal, calling it an Epstein hoax. So quite a few developments here that have really allowed this issue of what is really in those Epstein files to crop back to the surface and really coming to a head, Roger.
Yeah, and it is interesting when you consider that Epstein died in 2019. This has been floating around for such a long time. Lots of questions being raised. Now you've got the president deflecting, saying a lot of this is fake. So I guess it leaves the question: how did we get here? What suddenly changed?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, Trump, through his own admission, has said that him and Epstein were friends for about 15 years before he died in jail in 2019, and obviously tried to cut ties in some ways once those charges against him for those convicted sex offender charges against him in the 2000s and in 2019 again really made their way to the surface. And so really this latest chapter began when he started running for president again, and back earlier this year while he was campaigning for president, promised to disclose unreleased files related to Epstein. Conspiracy theories about him had been spreading online for years, and in February of this year it was actually Attorney General Pam Bondi who claimed she had files of Epstein's clients related to all of Epstein's crimes sitting on her desk. Then Bondi accused federal investigators of withholding thousands of documents and then asks the FBI to release all that information. That was back in February. And then in early June, Elon Musk makes a bold claim saying that Trump is in the Epstein files, so that sort of added fuel to the fire. And then just recently in early July, the U.S. DOJ and FBI concluded that Epstein did not have a so-called client list that could implicate high-profile associates, and that he did take his own life in jail. We know that was a very contentious and controversial claim, that he did die by suicide, because there were a lot of conspiracy theories around how he actually died. FBI saying that, look, he did die by suicide in jail. And now the latest twist in this whole saga, Roger, is that Trump has now asked Bondi to release all the grand jury testimony, something that we expect to be done today, but worth noting once again, Roger, that they have said that it could take time for all of these files to become public. Back over to you.
All right, Kamil, thank you for that update.
You're welcome.